Hi, everybody. The small business that I'm interviewing this week is my good friend, Corinne Ambrose, and she is the owner of ACNE Lab in Lafayette, and now also a Cherry Creek location. So Corinne, welcome, and tell us a little bit about ACNE Lab.
ACNE Lab is a company that specializes in strategic skincare for almost exclusively acne, but hand in hand with anti-aging. We find that a lot of our clients, of course, have adolescent acne, but we have a very big population, usually of women who are adults that are also struggling with acne, and their concerns are usually twofold, with not only the acne getting clear, but to keep their skin healthy and youthful. And so it ended up translating that we end up specializing in the strategy of successful skincare, and the niche is acne, and the benefit extends to anti-aging as well.
Wow, amazing. Well, I see behind you on the wall, you have a bunch of awards. I know that you have a great business and that you have quite a following. And I've looked at your website and I've seen some amazing photos of before and after. One thing I wanted to ask you is, with COVID right now, a lot of people are complaining about their masks are creating acne on their face. Is there any suggestions that you could give people?
Well, I suppose there'd be sort of two branches of the advice. If you already were struggling with acne, wearing a mask can exacerbate it. That's one kind of line of advice. The other is if you never really had acne and now you're struggling with acne, and it seems like the only main reason is because of the regular use of the mask. And so the advice would be a little different. But if you don't have acne at all, or didn't, and then ultimately are struggling with acne now, most likely the fabric and the friction and the chemicals that might be on the fabric. So if you're using masks that are manufactured and they're single use and they're meant to be thrown away, that cotton does have different levels of chemicals that are attached to it that can be causing some of that irritation. And for those clients, they might just do what they can, utilizing some different types of fabrics that they have some control over, how it's washed, what type of detergents, and whether they use dryer sheets to have that residue touching the skin so frequently. Of course, there's friction that can be very irritating to some skin types. So those same people that might not have struggled with acne before might benefit from those spacers that we now see that get placed on the skin, so it creates space between the skin and the mask to reduce the friction. And then of course you've got the ongoing sort of humidity of the breath that's trapped between the skin and the mask. And so really the best thing that we would suggest again would be to now start looking at your skincare routine to make sure that it can properly clean and hydrate the skin, and you might end up doing it multiple times during the day to start to relieve all of those different levels of irritation. And then if you've already had acne and now you're struggling even more so with the mask, all those same things still apply, but those clients really might also have to take a much closer look at their overall and daily skincare routine to be more preventative for the acne that they already are struggling with, because they're gonna have a really hard time managing the effect of the mask and already having dysfunctional skin as it is, that creates the acne to begin with. And so they probably really need to have more of a fine-tooth comb when trying to sort out how to get the mask to not be such an antagonist.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Those are some really good suggestions. I appreciate it. You know, me personally, I know I mentioned to you, I had horrible adult acne. It started when I was about 17 years old, and it went on probably till I was 27. And I went to a dermatologist, and nothing the dermatologist gave me helped. And it was embarrassing. It was painful. And finally, I was able to find somebody much like you who had a nice little office where I felt safe and I felt well cared for, and it was very private. And she found a skincare line that it worked amazing for me, and it really changed my life. Now, it wasn't just external like we talked about, but it was also internal. I made some changes and did some holistic medicine. but it really changed my life to finally get skin that looked halfway decent. And I would want that for anybody. So anybody that is having skin issues or would like a consultation, what should they do if they want to reach out to your team?
We're accessible through our website, which is theacnelab.com. And of course, we have a web presence that people can find us and call us as well. Ultimately, we offer our first clients a complimentary consultation, and we do it through Zoom or we do it here at the office. And in that consultation, we review a really thorough questionnaire that the client has filled out. We give them an overview of the obstacles they're going to have to overcome to get clear skin, whether it's working with us or pursuing their own path outside of our business. And then we also review how we work with our clients, giving them the big picture of the time frame that is typical for getting clear skin, the amount of appointments, the costs of our appointments, as well as our products, so that they can really make an educated decision on if we're the right fit for them. Because ultimately, if we are going to give advice to a client, we want them to take all of the advice and not just hope that one or two little pieces is going to be enough to get the job done. It's usually a relationship with skin that unfolds over about a 4 to 5 month period before a client really sees the fruits of that labor in the results of clear skin. So reaching out to us ultimately allows for a lot of questions to be answered, and there's no obligation. It is meant to allow clients to make an informed decision on whether starting a relationship with us is going to be sustainable, feels like the right philosophy for them, is something that they can plan on seeing the results down the line, not immediate. We don't sell kits of products. We don't sell one products and off you go, one set of products and off you go. We ultimately are a consultant and then become really a relationship, a friend of the client that has to walk through a few steps before they get to that end result. But it starts with the consult with no financial obligations so that they can have an intelligent decision about whether we're the right fit for them.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time today, Corinne. I'm going to post your website information and phone number with this video, and thank you once again.